Hey guys, Steve here from Prairie Exotics. Figured since I don't think I've ever done one, I'm going to do an unboxing video here of some of the new animals I got from my friend Nelson over Tails and Scales in Toronto. I picked up a box earlier today from FedEx near the airport, and then I met up with Jhun at Ballistic Pythons to drop off a couple animals that he got from Nelson, and he brought me a surprise which I'll show you as well. But I figured I'd start with Miss Widget here, because if we don't give her the attention she needs, she is going to be like a 5-year-old self she is in her head, and make a whole lot of noise and be attention seeking. So I figured we'd start with her. Cup kiss? No, a big kiss. A big kiss. Oh, now you're going to be shy? So while she is about 25 years old, her intelligence is about that of a 5-year-old. So you ask her to do something, and even though there's no one here right now, she knows she's on cue, and she's not going to do it to be a little brat, right? Oh, that was a fart sound. Thank you. Big kiss? Oh, see, there we go. Yeah, so like I said, like being a kid, she's going to be shy most of the time when we're out in public. So people are like, oh, does she talk? Probably want a cracker, pretty bird. And she doesn't really just repeat that stuff. She's actually more smart than that. When Rory walks in, she'll often say, go lay down. If the phone rings, she says hello. If I grab my phone, she'll make a ringing sound. If I walk out of the room or grab my keys, she'll like, see you later. So she's got all sorts of fun stuff, but mainly more sound effects than anything, right? Before I show you the new stuff, I wanted to show you one of my other friends here. Ooh, and let you guys see something cool that I got just yesterday, actually. 1 second. So this dude around my neck here, who does not seem to want to sit very still, he's happy to be out, is my buddy Dennis. Dennis here is a Dumerals boa from Madagascar, also known as the ground boa. So while other ones like the red-tailed boa, the common boa, are from South America, got a long tail for climbing trees to find monkeys and birds to eat. This one, short, stubby little tail, butt's right there. Short tails because it stays on the ground, so it's not one to be climbing around. Looking for bird prey, more sits on the ground as an ambush predator. It's got a beautiful pattern right through the eyes there. It helps them camouflage and hide. They just sit and wait, using that tongue to smell and wait till someone comes by they want to eat, and whoosh, big kiss, hug, and they get a nice supper time. Dennis is one of the surrenders that we took in with all 47 of the animals from the reptile guy Mike, or now Wild Education in BC, when he was closing his facility in Abbotsford there, or no, Mission BC actually. And Dennis here is 22 years old. We got him with the animals in May. Some of the animals stayed with Wrangler Lisa in Saskatchewan for finding homes, and then a bunch of them we just found homes here for in Manitoba. Then some of them stayed with us for education, like Dennis. That was in May, and in August, end of August last year, I was at the Red Deer Expo, and I got to meet Dennis's owner that bought him as a little baby from the breeder. So that was kind of a neat experience to hear a little bit of his history that he's been around. He's actually not going to come for a birthday party. I got a birthday party this afternoon, about 3:30, and I'm going to probably take actually Phoebe along. I've got Phoebe right here. Phoebe, she's a little bit smaller. She's about 8 years old. She actually just shed her skin. I'll show you that in a second. Dennis was right there. Below him, I've got the 2 Moluccan scrub pythons, which are really eyeing me up right now. Up here, we got a cute little green bush rat snake, red-tailed boa, another red-tail over there. So you might have noticed that actually I've been getting a number of new animals over the last couple months now. Unfortunately, at the start of this year, I separated with my wife, and then a little short while after, just a couple months, I unexpectedly lost my mother to cancer, so that was unfortunate. With also our lease ending, our 3-year lease at our location on Dublin and Route 90 there, it was time for me to find a new location. So I've actually moved everything home, and that's why we have a place for you guys to visit right now. But with that said, I also didn't need to have all the animals that we had on display in the zoo, so trying to cut my workload, reevaluate life, a few priorities and things like that. We went from about over 300 animals, over 100 and some different species that we were taking care of end of last year, coming to the start of this year, but through selling, giving away, whatnot, we were able to find homes for a lot of the animals, and now I think I'm sitting around 100 or so, give or take. But with our busy summer coming up next year, with all the fairs, all the daycares, we need to make sure I have enough animals to make sure we can accommodate all the bookings and stuff like that. So we've started bringing in a few other animals now that are needing homes. Also, with not having a facility, I've stopped taking in rescues. Really didn't take anything in unless it had an absolute need to come in for us. Most people, I just said, no, sorry, you'll have to sell it on Kijiji or find your own home for it. But now that I've got a bit more space, a bit more time, reevaluating what we're doing, we're able to take a few more guys in. So in a moment, I'll show you what I got for the new critters, but first I want to show you the shed skin because it's awesome. I'm not going to be able to do it justification because it's huge, but yeah, this was from Phoebe. She started here at her head and all the way to her tail here. I measured it and it's like, I think 6.5 feet, but you know, that's always longer than the actual snake is, so she's probably sitting just under 6 feet, give or take. But this guy's really strong, so I'm gonna go put him back and then we'll see what we got for new critters. 1 second. So her name, I don't know, I haven't sexed it most, but Asian green bush rat snake, I don't know. Can't remember what the scientific name is, but I came in having a feeding issue. It's just kind of difficult to feed. Wasn't want to take anything they were trying, so they tried braining pinkies and pieces and nothing. It was very inconsistent, but I made sure just to, oh, we got some wiggling tail. Maybe we can get a bite here. Ooh, someone's excited. You guys see? Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Look at that tail giving her. Don't you bite me in the face. What are you doing? But I've actually had no issues. I let it chill for about, I think it was a week or so. And then oh, there we go, nice little bite. Then I got 2 pinkies into her. And last week she took 2 fuzzies. So, oh, I don't know why it's so busy. We're getting some bites. Luckily it's got a small mouth and small teeth and it's not venomous, so it doesn't hurt. But yeah, it's in hunting mode right now with that tail giving. Look at her. Isn't that cute? Oh, nice shot. Okay, well, let's put this one back and see what those new critters look like. So the other reason I wanted to start with Widget was because she was trying to eat the box. She loves styrofoam and wrecking boxes, so figured just get her done and into her cage where it's safe and I can show you guys these new animals. So these come from Nelson at Tails and Scales in Toronto. For those that follow our page, you would have seen he came out to our Manitoba Reptile Breeders Expo this fall, and I also went and vended for him at the Calgary Reptile Expo as well. I've been getting animals from him for a long time now. Actually, I think the first thing I ordered from him was a pair of Frilled Dragons. That would have been mid to end 2010, so like 8 years ago. And unfortunately, the female ended up being just a small male, as he didn't mate with my male, but just got into a big fight and it didn't work out well. So they didn't want to live together, didn't want to adopt, so we found the little guy at home and kept Henry, and then found him some new friends. And then yeah, I've ordered a number of things from him. He's always got great service. He started up that reptile runner now, so they're doing home deliveries for reptiles, pretty much door to door. Picks it up at his place in a box and delivers it. I don't like having animals delivered right to my house because I don't trust the delivery drivers. No offense to anyone who does that. But I'd rather not risk it being on the truck, especially with our weathers. And I'm outside the city, so if they're coming right to my house, they might be here 20 minutes after it's put on the thing, but there's a good chance it could be all day. And again, I'd rather not risk it, so I always have it picked up at the hub. It's marked live animals, keep warm, so the guys are usually going to keep it in the office, so I don't have to worry about it being cold. It's just stuck in the back depot area. And he always ships with the heat packs in here, obviously only in winter, not needed in summer. But Reptile Runner now nice and convenient and affordable. So let's see what he sent me. First up, frogs. Australian green tree frogs. I love these guys for presentations, they're awesome. Let's see. Come here. So while they're called green tree frogs, you'll see sometimes they're brown. Well, they can even get dark chocolatey brown too. But they're from Australia. They're typically green. And being nocturnal, they'll change from green to brown so they can hide on the trees and make sure they're invisible to any predators that might be looking for them. They got their sticky toes, their long legs. Now, you don't usually handle these guys too much because being amphibians, they do breathe through their skin and absorb, so we don't want all our oils and dirt and germs getting in there. But once in a while, it's not a huge issue. These guys we don't let the kids play with during presentations, but they are one of the favorites, and they get pretty large as well. These guys, I also like the Amazon milk frogs, are pretty good for presentations, but I find the Vietnamese mossy frogs, those ones are not so great. Great for displays, really cool with the 3D mossy skin, but they're a little more sensitive. They don't like being handled out and about as much, I found. So that's those guys. How many in here? 3 in that one and 2, so 5 little tree frogs for us. Okay, next up. These guys were moving a lot. I'm gonna save that one, because that one's gonna be fun. This will be cute. So as mentioned, the Frilled Dragon was one of the first that I ordered from Nelson. So he had some available and I just figured I had to get another one. Frilled Dragons are actually one of my favorites. Only beat out by bearded dragons because they're a lot less emotional, a little more stable to take care of as far as a pet, more common. Plus all the spikiness is pretty badass. These guys aren't quite as easy to take care of. They need a little higher humidity, larger space, but they've got that awesome frill like a velociraptor. So what they'll do is when they're needing to threaten off predators, they'll stand up on their back legs, make themselves look as big as possible, flare out that big frill, opening their mouth, and just hiss at them, trying to make them think they should leave them alone. If that doesn't work to threaten that predator, they've got that really cool tactic of running on their back lizards. Now, they're not the Jesus Christ lizard. They can't run on water, but they do run on their hind legs really fast. It's pretty awesome. If you want to see a cool video of these guys, check out on our, I think it's down this corner, somewhere around here. We have the rest of our YouTube videos, or even just type in Prairie Exotics Frilled Dragon, and you'll see we've got an awesome one of the little velociraptors running up eating. We had some like worms and cockroaches, other fun stuff for these guys to snack on, and it was pretty impressive. I love watching them. Even when they eat, their frill goes flapping up back and forth like dog's ears almost as they're eating. It's pretty neat. But this one looks pretty cute. It's got all its little fingers and toes. The frill doesn't look like it's been munched on by anyone. Nice and whole. It looks like it might be a boy. I'm kind of seeing small bulges on either side, but it's kind of hard to tell at this size. We'll have to see in how the head deforms, the frill, and then around here around the back pelvis. But I think I got one more guy to show you from Nelson, and then I'm going to have to show you the really cool one I got from Jhun at Ballistic too. 1 second. Hey, tie this up. Oh, no. Someone doesn't want to go in the box. Widget, stop chewing on that stuff. Stop. Bad girl. Okay, can you back in your box? Or pillowcase. Rah. You're not a dog. Wee. So Max is in love with Widget, if you haven't heard, and he's asking her for a kiss right now. For one moment, I need to go take her off my stuff she's chewing. Okay, so the next one I got up does not make really the best pet for, definitely not beginners, maybe for medium people. I'd say it's more hobby level. They need a lot of space, and a lot of people tend to feed them a rodent-based diet, but it's really better to keep them on insects, otherwise they are known to get fat and lethargic. So, look at this happy guy. It's a Savannah Monitor. So for monitors, terrestrial at least, a lot of the arboreal tree monitors are not much longer than this. They stay small and skinny. But for terrestrial monitors, these guys are one of the smaller guys. We do have Newman, our big black throat monitor, who's quite a bit bigger. These guys usually stay around, I think, 3.5, 4 feet. Decent size, but they still need a large enclosure, like at least 5-6 feet by 3 wide. And again, a lot of insects, because you want to keep them active, running around looking for their food, as well as you don't want them getting fat and lethargic. Hi. But they are notorious for having bad attitudes. Most, if not all of them, are wild caught. There's not a lot of people that have had success breeding these guys, so it does take a little bit for them to get acclimated, calm down, and used to being handled. But I like to use these guys for presentations because they are very dinosaur looking. Strong tail, big cute face. Yeah, you can see those guys. They're super cute. And because they don't make pets, I don't want people getting sucked into being, oh, cute little lizard, because like many other cute lizards, like the green iguanas, Chinese water dragons, they can get quite a bit larger, need a lot of space and special care, so we want to be smart. So while I'm able to take care of these, I have a proper setup already for it, I know what it needs to be taken care of, and I know how to handle it when it's having a bad attitude. It's not great for your kids. So that said, it's a good display animal, and one to help me teach people what makes a good pet and what might not make such a good pet. Always huffing. Say bye-bye. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's see what Jhun brought me. I think you guys are gonna like this one. So this next one is from Jhun at Ballistic Pythons. He produces some awesome pythons, but also has a collection of really neat pets that him and his family enjoy as well. He's got, I think, some cute tortoises, geckos, some other fun stuff too, just for, oh, his son Keen's got Peter's banded skink or something like that. He's super cute. Keen and Jhun actually have been to the last 3 or 4 Canadian Reptile Breeders Expos in Toronto with me, and they've also done the last 2 Red Deer Expos as well. So, and obviously our Manitoba Reptile Breeders Expo for the last like 8 years. So they always have nice stuff. Looking forward to seeing what they brought for me. Let's see. It's a big bag and it's heavy. Now I know what's in here, and I hope it's got a good attitude, because they don't always. He told me it does, although he says he handles it short periods mostly. But I've wanted one for a while. Let's see. Where's your face? Where's your face? Oh, hi's your face. Oh, a little jumpy. Okay, let's just, let's pull you out. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, he's a little head shy, but I'm just being a little cautious because I don't know his demeanor, and he is very strong. But he's a lovely looking snake. Whew. We had 2 bloods before. They came from Little Ray's, the rescue side of their business there. Whew. You do not like being handled much. Jhun said you weren't so rigid, so I want you to calm down. Probably doesn't always help that. Also help that he was trapped in a little box for a little while. Come on, buddy. Well, you guys can't even see all his movements here. Come on. They've got a pretty strong jaw and some decent teeth. They're a bit more fun than a ball python bite, so I'd rather not. I'm also surprised he's not pooping on me, because these guys do tend to let go of the bowels on occasion, and he's wrapping around my chair now. Alright, here, let's show you. Oh. Okay, settle down, buddy. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to put this guy into his bag again, because he is being a little bit to handle. Oh, but look at how beautiful he is. I think he's a matrix something or other. But oh yeah, I was trying to say that I had 2 smaller ones that we got from Little Ray's, but in all honesty, I'm impatient. And I don't like doing displays that have just a whole bunch of babies. And then you're always telling people, this is how big they get, this is how big they get. No, this is just a baby. So I find it's easier. It's nice to have the odd baby or a baby with an adult for reference, so you can see the difference of how big they get from the smaller versions. But generally with my displays, I prefer to use adult versions of the animals, healthy living animals, so that you can see what you're going to be getting to, because we're trying to both educate and prevent all these animals. See, it just took a moment. He's actually calmed down already. Just the initial little freak out. Here, a little higher. So that's just me talking otherwise. So yeah, he'll be a good ambassador for doing education with us. He'll get to come out to displays. Anyway, I also wanted to say thank you guys for checking out and watching, subscribing to our YouTube channel for all the videos that we did with Shaw. I'm very proud of those. It took us 3 days to get those all recorded, or I think it was 4 days total. Monday we went and set up the whole set. Tuesday we filmed the first 3 episodes. Wednesday the second 3 episodes. That's why you'll see our outfits were the same for just all 6 episodes in the 2 different outfits. And then I think it was Thursday or Friday they stopped by my zoo to do some of the feature creature videos, and get some action shots, and then that was in March, about middle of March or so, and then by April they were on Shaw TV, and they've been airing on Shaw regularly on the loop, so that's been really great advertising for us. But if you want to check those out, they are on our YouTube channel. Please watch them, like them, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and I'm going to be trying to add more videos. Now it's winter here in Manitoba, so we're not going to have a lot of outside videos. It's going to be a lot of inside, but I'm going to try and check out some local breeders, check out Jhun's collection of ballistic pythons, maybe a couple others, and then come spring we'll definitely hit up Narcissus and see where else we can go. Alright you guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll catch you later.